Welcome back. The Constitutional Court has, in a scathing ruling, ordered that Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane pay 15% of a 900,000 Rand High Court costs order personally. Now, the case came before the Constitutional Court this morning, and the court has ruled against Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane. To talk us about what this ruling means, we go live to the Constitutional Court, where Newzroom Africa's political editor Thulasizwe Simelane is standing by. Thulas, a very good morning to you once again. Justice C.C. Kampepe has made the decision, agreeing with the bench of 3 judges in the High Court in Gauteng. And of course, right at the end there, between the question and answer session with the Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane, we heard her saying that she never told falsehoods under oath, and she insists that she acted in good faith.
Yeah, Mpho, damning, devastating and scathing, your choice really in terms of the adjectives to describe the Constitutional Court judgment this morning. And I think key amongst which was that one that I posed to her, because I think that in addition to the implications for Busisiwe Mkhwebane as a person, the Public Protector's Office as an institution, there's also implications for her as a professional, in the sense that, you know, the Constitutional Court went as far as to say that she told falsehoods under oath during the course of the litigation, and that for an advocate is quite damning. But I think in the immediate term, we talk about the implications of this judgment for that office of the Public Protector. Of course, the Constitutional Court deciding that they will not interfere with the discretion of the High Court to impose a personal cost order on litigants, particularly public officials who conduct themselves in manners that they disapprove of, and basically upholding in the main everything that the High Court said about the way that Busisiwe Mkhwebane conducted that Bangkok investigation. And among the people who've been key supporters of the current Public Protector, but also who've had a keen interest on that report, that Bangkok report, is the Black First, Land First party. And I'm joined by their leader, Andile Mngxitama. And of course, there's a bit of a conundrum there, Andile, in referring to you as leader of the Black First, Land First party. You are a party, but no longer registered with the IEC as things stand. But that's not what we are talking about. We are talking about this outcome at the Constitutional Court. It's damning, it's devastating, and importantly, it's unappealable. What is your reaction to what has been found against Busisiwe Mkhwebane?
No, firstly, just to say, you can't ban a revolutionary movement like ours. It's not possible. So we are existing. We're going to continue to do the work of liberating black people. But coming to this decision, it is devastating. It is shocking, and I think an outrage as well. The highest court of the land, in our view, has decided to enter the political terrain. You can't tell me that the Constitutional Court is not aware of the siege under which the Office of the Public Protector finds itself. This decision really is to give those who stand with what we call white monopoly capital finally a door to which they can attack the Public Protector and justify her removal. Remember, as we speak today, she's just come up with a decision which basically puts the president of this country in a position where he is impeachable as we speak. Now, to defend the president of the country, they're going against her. This is how we read this. And it says something about what the Chief Justice had been saying a few days ago, when he says all corruption must be dealt with equally, judges must not enter the political terrain. Obviously, he knew what the decision of his colleagues were, and he is part of the minority decision, and we have not read his full text, but we understand that he is warning his colleague, the majority, that if you go the way you are suggesting, that will be the best way to get rid of the Public Protector. Be aware of the consequences of your decision. So it is really coming back to Bangkok. APSA taking money from the South African Reserve Bank, the Public Protector saying APSA pay back the money. But we know who APSA is in relationship to the current president, when also she said the South African Reserve Bank must be transformed to serve the people. She offended the interests of white monopoly capital. And our court, the highest court today, stands with white monopoly capital.
Political noise aside, Andile, let's talk about, is it easier for you to believe that there's the judiciary in South Africa entering the political terrain, 9 judges against a minority of 2, than it is for you to believe that Busisiwe Mkhwebane, as an advocate, as a holder of that public office, conducted herself in a manner that she shouldn't have conducted herself?
You know, we did a lot of research with regard to the ABSA matter. We spoke to the British people who initially brought the CIX report, which was commissioned by our government. We spoke to them very detailed, and you look at their notes. There was no way that the public protector would not found that ABSA was wrong. But all our courts said, no, she's wrong. And there is no basis except political basis. She went, in our view, too hard against white monopoly capital, and this is a fight back. And our courts, look, courts are part of the ruling class. Who is the ruling class in South Africa? Those who own the means of production. Who are those? White monopoly capital. And here is a public protector that says white monopoly capital must be disciplined. And they're not going to allow that. Our courts decided, as they should, because they are part of the ruling class, to basically make sure that she's fired. This is what they're trying to do. This is a judgment to fire her.
I hear what you're saying, Andile, and we can talk to no end about what you are saying about the justice in as far as the Bangkok matter is concerned, right? That's something we can discuss endlessly. What I'm asking you about is, should an advocate who holds that office, that is the Ombud in South Africa, in the course of conducting an investigation, as the court has found, be meeting with some parties to the exclusion of others, going on to not even mention what was discussed at those meetings. And in fact, today, the Constitutional Court talking about discussing the vulnerabilities of the South African Reserve Bank with State Security Agency. Should she have been conducting herself in that way? Put aside the bigger debates about what she found about Bangkok and ABSA and the funds that were advanced by the Reserve Bank.
The judges are clutching at straws. They are running with what I think are inconsequential questions. And all of it really to create the conditions for this big devastation to get rid of a public protector who is not acceptable to the ruling class in South Africa today. This is what it is about. And unfortunately, what it means is most of us, myself included, I have no more any trust in the judicial system in this country. This judicial system is captured, it is fighting political battles, it makes sure that it wants to maintain the status quo, which is about white monopoly capital. Right. Why wouldn't ABSA pay back the money taken from the Reserve Bank? Why shouldn't the Reserve Bank be transformed to serve the people? Why is that a crime? This is what this woman is being, basically this public protector is being attacked for.
Finally then, Andile, is there a situation in which you see Busisiwe Mkhwebane surviving as public protector? From where I sit, having heard the judgment, I have my doubts.
No. Unfortunately, the ruling class is angry. The ruling class is fighting back. The ruling class got power. All they need to do now is to go to Parliament, get the ANC and the DA. The EFF is irrelevant now, to basically move a motion against the public protector, and I think that that's what they're going to do. I expected them to fight back. I did not think they're going to roll over and allow the public protector to get rid of a man. We know more than 400 million has been paid by white monopoly capital to make him president. Do you think they were going to roll over and allow Cyril to just go as a consequence of the public protector? No. This is the battle for the economy of this country, and Stellenbosch is a powerful force.
And do you believe she survives or she doesn't survive?
I can't see her surviving, I'm sorry. I'm praying that she survives, but I'm not delusional about who Stellenbosch is, what white monopoly capital is. The people who paid for Cyril to become president, they mean business. And the only force left, which was left within the state system, was the public protector, this public protector trying to hold forth for the people. Now they're going to get rid of her so that we maintain the anti-black status quo.
All right, Andile Mkhwebane, thank you so much for coming through. Andile Mkhwebane leads the Black First, Land First, reacting there to the outcome of the Constitutional Court and tellingly an ardent supporter of Busisiwe Mkhwebane, the public protector, basically saying that he doesn't see a way in which the public protector survives this devastating ruling and judgment of the Constitutional Court.